And what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is day one of Octane Fest at Rattlesnake Raceway. It's the second half of the day. We're at Rattlesnake, dirt track time for some circle track races, some figure eight races, and some fun shit. This was my very first time going to an Octane Fest. And I had researched and watched some videos and kind of knew what to expect. And so we made it a point to go. So we finished at Top Gun, day one, and it was over 100 degrees. The asphalt was 125 degrees at the time. We end up making a mistake and leaving early. Turns out the races that day didn't start until 6. It was 3 o'clock. We were hot, we were tired, we were so exhausted, we were sweaty, we stunk. On top of that, it got really, really windy. Bright, it's hot, it's muggy, it's windy, and the wind is hot. It's not even cold wind. It's hot.
Well, well, well. We meet again. What's up, TV land? Oh! Consider that a warning.
But whatever he just said, don't buy it. It was a lie. Oh my God.
That's great.
I just want to jump in here real quick and switch gears and remind you to subscribe if you like the content. And remember to leave a thumbs up and a comment below. I really appreciate it. Now back to the video. That day, it was one thing after another. We got in way over our heads. We were expecting one thing and we got something completely different. We got, you know, high temperatures. I couldn't take panning shots at Top Gun. Something was off. I get to the dirt track. It's hot. It's windy. It's sand blowing everywhere. JD actually ended up getting a cold, or his allergies were kicking in. He was sneezing. His eyes were watering. His nose was runny. It was so awful. It was such an awful second half of the day, and it's no fault of anyone. It was just the cards, man. They didn't fall right. Tonight we have not only circle track races, but just over my shoulder we have the figure eight track, which is pretty much designed for wrecks. Then over here behind me over here we have these 2 or 3 mounds, and that's for the Tuff trucks. At the time I was using a Sigma 70-300 4.0 to 6.5. At 70 millimeters, 4.0, it's not too terrible. But as soon as I start zooming in, it goes to 6.5. And the compression on that lens isn't great. It is one of the lower budget telephoto 70-300s. It just wasn't doing what I needed it to do. I was too far away from everything. So at times I had to kind of put myself right there in the pocket, right in danger. And that's okay. You know, I don't mind doing that.
So we get up on this tire that's in the middle of the infield of the track. If you've never seen Tuff trucks before, it's fun to watch as a spectator. For me as a photographer, it wasn't as enjoyable, but that's from a photography standpoint. Because A, I could get panning shots of these trucks going over this jump where they're getting maybe 2 feet of air above it, or I could just freeze it. And so I chose to freeze the action as opposed to getting the panning shots. And maybe that wasn't the best decision. The video that we got was great, but the photos were, to me, not fully up to par. I could do better. Maybe I should have got the pan shots, or maybe it's just that style of racing that I just I wasn't doing the right methods. I wasn't using the right methods, but I digress. It was super fun to watch as a spectator. Just as a photographer, it was difficult.
What's going on? So here it is, man, the main event, day one. This is what we've been waiting for all day. Got some trailer races. Everybody chose boats. So there's gonna be boats exploding in front of us, which is gonna be great. So here we go.
It was fantastic. I just wish I could have made more laps.
How many did you make? One?
I didn't even make a full lap. I got dead here.
It's gonna be a long day number 2.
Yep.
Trailer races, that worked for photography and as a spectator. That was day one. Now, again, I'm probably looking at this negatively because that day was just rough. It was so rough. We got out of there, oh man, it had to be 11 o'clock at night. So we started the day 8 o'clock in the morning. We're out in the hot sun all day. Had to sit in the car for a couple hours trying to cool off, trying to stay out of the hot wind, trying to stay out of the sand, trying to, just everything was different. It wasn't anything that I was used to. It was like going to it for the first time again, but the first time as an experienced motorsports photographer to a new place and just everything being ass backwards. But it wasn't the fault of Rattlesnake, and it wasn't the fault of the racers. It was literally, we took way too much in and we expected very little and ended up with so much. So that was day one. So I hope you enjoy these photos from day one of Octane Fest. Remember, all these photos are available on my PayHip store, payhip.com/Jeff Gresham Photography. Pick one up, pick two up, 10, 5, 8, 12, 42. Hike, I don't care. But, there's that. And I will see you all in the next video.